Hey, good morning. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. And so this morning, Mary's going to start with the water and weather, and then after we have some trail chatter. All right, man. Take it away, Mary.
Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome, Dee.
Good morning, everyone. In Blairsville right now, it's 30 degrees, and the feel-like temperature is 21. It is cloudy. And today we have a freeze warning from 10 a.m. through 10 a.m. tomorrow, which is Tuesday, November 11th. And we're going to have a high today in Blairsville of 31 degrees with a few flurries or snow showers possible with winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then tonight, 19 degrees with snow showers this evening, partly cloudy. And this is near record low temperatures. And we're looking at winds between 10 to 15 miles per hour and the 40% chance of snow. And up on Blood Mountain, there's a freeze warning until November 11th, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, at 10 a.m. Blood Mountain's high today is going to be 24, dropping to 19 degrees this afternoon. A chance of snow showers after 3 p.m. It will be partly sunny with winds between 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusts up to 45 miles per hour and a 20% chance of precipitation. And then tonight, 21 degrees. Chance of snow showers before midnight, and then partly cloudy. 20 to 25 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 35 miles per hour and a 30% chance of precipitation. So let's remember to check for those loose limbs and branches, which we should be doing all the time. They can fall at any point in time, especially when we have the high gusts of wind. We want to set up camp safely. All right, water. It's good for the most part. Make sure you're topping off at Hawk Mountain Shelter. Top off at Lance Creek. It's your last reliable source before you climb Blood Mountain heading northbound. And then top off at Neal Gap. Neal to Hogpen is dry. And then Hogpen Gap has water. It's the time of year to remember to keep our water filters warm. Sleep with them at night and keep them in your coat pocket as you hike during the day so that thin layer of water doesn't freeze and destroy the filter. All right, Great Smoky Mountain National Park roads. So they posted yesterday on the 9th that due to the forecasted winter storm, US 441, which is Newfound Gap Road, Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail, Laurel Creek Road from Townsend Y to Cades Cove Campground, Foothills Parkway West from Wall End to Wares Valley, Cosby Entrance Road, and Greenbrier Road are all closed. The park will reassess the road today, which is 11/10/25. So they want to make sure road conditions due to the weather are good to go. I saw earlier that Gatlinburg was getting some snow, so definitely happening out there. And then the bear closures, as usual, we have the Twin Creeks Trail and campsites 18, 19, 55, 56, 57, and 82. All shelters are open. And then the bear warnings, campsite 71, Gatlinburg Trail, Cataracts Falls Trail, and Cove Mountain Trail. Let's remember not only in the Smokies, but everywhere we recreate to leave no trace. If we brought it in, let's bring it out and let's practice safe storage and disposal for everyone involved. Let's leave it better than when we got there. Donald, I'm going to turn it over to you now to talk about some other stuff that's going on.
Sweet.
All right, here you go.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
You are welcome.
All right, guys. Good morning. It is 6:42 a.m. on 11/10/2025, and if no one knows, man, the 11 is November. Just a heads up, man. All right, so let's start like this, guys, man. We have a hiker rescue in the UK. A hiker suffered a significant leg injury after slipping on an acorn.
Slippery little suckers.
Kenswick Mountain rescue team attended the Derwent Water Path incident involving a person out with a family and friends. The fall left the hiker with a significant leg injury. A spokesperson for the rescue team said, out with family and friends on a Saturday hike. Our casualty slipped on an acorn on the lakeside path at Derwent Water. The fall resulted in a significant leg injury, with many team members in disbelief at the stoic resolve of the casualty. The team attended and reduced the fracture before splinting and evacuating the casualty from the lakeside for onward transport to the hospital. So dude broke his leg, man, from slipping on that acorn. If no one caught that, dude, And so the team attended and reduced the fracture before splinting and evacuating the casualty from the lakeside for onward transport to the hospital. The rescue took 1 hour and 27 minutes and involved were 16 team members, man. So 2 thumbs up for SARS once again, man. Everywhere around the world, man. That's in the UK, dude.
That's
so
right.
they are right on top of it everywhere, man. Saving people they don't even know, dude.
And those acorns are all along the
Right,
ground
dude.
out here,
They
different
mess up
shapes and
people up, dude.
sizes, and
Yes,
just
dude.
slide all over the place. And now we have slippery leaves, so be careful if you're out there hiking with the wet leaves, and just the leaves themselves are slick.
They are,
And
dude.
They hide
Very
holes
slick,
and
dude.
stumps and rocks and stuff, so be extra careful when you're out there.
Yeah, especially going downhill, man. Those leaves can
right.
be super slick, dude. You know, when you're kind of like leaning back and you're trying to put pressure and kind of the balance is more on your back. It's kind of, you can slide, man. I've slid many of times, man, on.
It's easy.
Yeah, well, not many a times, but yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so that's definitely super cool that SARS was able to get out there, and it's unfortunate that that the person broke their leg. I'm sure they're pretty upset about that, dude. Like an acorn, dude. But yeah, man, definitely, man. Anyways, let's move on to our next piece of news here, and so I haven't quite read through this yet, but I'm going to read it anyways. And so hiker shares photo of a upsetting discovery along popular trail. Hate that people still do this. And so a hiker in Boulder, Colorado shared their frustration over what they encountered on the trail. A tree with 3 letters carved into its bark. So they posted the tree, and it has like a J, H, and a T carved into a pine tree, it looks like. And so, or some sort of evergreen. Excuse me. So, posting to the Boulder subreddit, the user shared an image of a tree with the letters J, T, and H carved into it. According to the post, the person came across the tree on the Green Mountain West Ridge Trail. The caption included some choice language for the vandals. Bummer. What may seem like a harmless tradition at first glance can actually cause several problems. Climate awareness starts with respecting plants and wildlife, but actions like this make it harder for people to connect with nature. From an aesthetic perspective, carving into a tree can permanently alter its natural beauty, according to the Friends of the Fells. Others who came across the tree then will have no choice but to see it, and in some cases they may feel inspired to try it themselves, causing more harm. Definitely, dudes. I can see that, man. Actually, I say that. So, I agree. This is concerning because trees help reduce air pollution, provide shade, and support the biodiversity we need for our food systems, according to the Arbor Day Foundation. However, carving the bark breaks the protective barrier and can leave the tree vulnerable to pests and disease, explained Leave No Trace. Deep tree carvings can even hinder the plant's ability to transport nutrients, potentially leading to death. So if you break the
bark?
Yeah, it's a cambium layer, I think it's called. And so you have the bark cambium layer, dude, and then like the nutrients shoot up through the tree. I think it goes up and down. I could be wrong. That's just from some studying I did back in my day. So, all right. So, however, carving the bark breaks the protective barrier and can leave the tree vulnerable. I already read that. Unfortunately, incidents like this are common, with actions ranging from graffitiing a cactus to littering and going off trail for pictures and tree tagging. The original poster wasn't the only person upset by the carvings, as many people in the comment section expressed concern. So if you see someone doing this, please say something, wrote one, yada yada yada. And so I wanted to read that again, man, because we've been seeing this a lot, actually. A lot of abuse going on, and it happens at the shelters, too. For instance, there was a young girl and a older man. There was a father and a son, father and daughter, and their name was Eggs and Bacon. And they were walking up the trail, man, and writing Eggs and Bacon were here, I think, wasn't it?
Something like that.
And they were writing it everywhere, man, like everywhere. And it had the whole hiker community pissed off. Well, these cats didn't know, man. We actually met them years ago. And and helped them out with some food and stuff. They were traveling. They were trapped down at Springer Mountain. And I think I've told this story before. I'm not going to get really deep into it, but the mother was in, or I don't know if it was the mother, but there was another woman with them. I feel like it was the mother or sister or something. They were traveling together. They'd thrown their phones away and wanted to just cut free from the grid. And so they were at Springer Mountain during through hike, and they wanted to through hike. The woman was in the parking lot. Mary and I pulled up into the parking area, and the woman was in the parking area, I guess asking for rides. And she came up on us, man, and asked us for a ride. And we were dropping some people, and I got a feel for her, found out what was going on, and man, you know, there were some things going on in that parking area that I don't really, that really pissed me off. There was I don't know what he was, man, but I guess he's there every year and he counts the people going through or something, man. He had tons of food passing it out, but would not help these not homeless people, but homeless people, I guess.
Wandering people.
Yeah, wandering, man. And it really upset me, actually, man. But we ended up giving so they didn't have any food. They needed some food, man. And they wanted a ride to Dollar General, which was about 45 minutes away. So we got her in the car, man, and drove her down to Dollar General, let her get some stuff, man, got her back up there. And then later on, actually, I had a bunch of freeze-dried that I had sitting in my closet. I mean, a bunch of them. And so we went, and the Forest Service contacted us and, you know, told us where they were and stuff, and we went ahead and dropped food off to them so they'd have some food and shit, man. So they were really nice people, and so they left the trail that year, actually, and then came back and did the eggs and bacon shit. They didn't know about it, man, and I think they went back and apologized and stuff, man, to the community, and I really don't think they knew any better, if you want to know the truth. I really don't, man, but, you know, you never know, man. I don't know. I'm not, it's either they did or they didn't. There's a 50-50 chance. Either they knew or they didn't.
It's a learning opportunity for everyone.
It was, man. It was. But for some reason, I don't feel like they were doing that out of just to be, you know, I don't think they just knew any better, man. So they did apologize and stopped doing it and corrected it. So dude was passing out Bibles or something, man. So, and taught and preaching the word of God, man. And he wasn't just on trail doing this. He was like everywhere doing this, man, with his daughter. And so I believe they're still on trail, or they finished up at Katahdin this year or last year or something, man. I'm not sure. Anyways, but we do see a lot of vandalism, along with probably everyone else that pays attention to what's going on out here, man. And vandalism's just not cool, man. It looks nasty, dude. And like this article was saying, when someone sees someone else doing it or tag something, man, they think it's okay to do it, man. And then the next thing you know, man, you got 50 people tagging that place, man. And then you have to have one person or two people come in there and sand it all off or take it all off. We have people that are vandalizing the signs, man. Like one time we came down off a Snowbird, man. We come down off the mountain doing the shelter for Snowbird, or was it Snowbird? Something like that. Yeah. Anyways, man, there was a shelter, and we were trying to get to that shelter to camp that night, man. And we came up to a sign, and someone had altered the number on it by carving like an extra line on it or something, man. And it said even further, so it was like, what the hell, dude? And we almost camped there, but we walked a little bit further, man, and the shelter was actually about half a mile down, I think it was, or something.
Yeah,
or
it
the
wasn't
turn.
too far,
yeah.
But they sure made it look like it was a lot further than it was.
Yeah, and what if we turned around and went back up the mountain or something to the spring at the top? Man, you know, that's just a shitty thing to do to someone, man.
Yes.
And so that stuff happens out here, and this article right here, man, definitely touches on, you know, they definitely tore that shit up, man.
It's not cool.
Not at all, man. I mean, back in the day, mom and pops, man, back in the 60s or something, carving I love my mom, or whatever, dude, into the tree was one thing, dude, which I'm not saying that's acceptable, but, you know, let's not do this shit.
Just nowadays, everybody's tagging things and scratching things and carving and just, like you were saying, you see it everywhere. Nothing is clean and untouched. It's everywhere.
That's right, dude. People don't. They just don't respect stuff, man. And it's not everyone.
No.
It's just those few, man, that ruin it for everyone. You know what
That's
I mean, dude? They just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be growing a lot out here. It's happening a lot more. Mary and I have been out here for a decade, man, and so literally, it's definitely something that has been happening more often than not.
It is.
And
I'm
so-
finding now when I pull up to the gaps, and this is just in the last couple of years, where you could find the little information kiosks, pretty clear of anything on them, and now they have all these tags and everything, and even on the trail, the shelters and different places.
And it's not just people, man. It's the businesses too, man, that don't give a shit,
That's
dude.
right.
And they put their cards out everywhere, man. They get trashed and thrown on the trail, man. We stopped giving cards out years ago, man, because we give out cards, man, but if someone does not want that card, and we normally don't just give them everywhere, people will take pictures of it and stuff, but years ago, man, I gave a card to someone at Three Forks, man, and they walked up the trail with their kid, man, and I followed up behind probably 20 minutes later, and guess what I found up the trail about a mile up? My card.
Yeah.
And so right then and there, I started to think about it, and I started to say, you know what, man? There's no point in passing cards out. There's no point in doing that. We have never put them on the signs. That is something we've never done. Leave no traces, leave no trace. Don't.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Down at the old kiosk at Springer, people put so the glass was broke, the plexiglass, and people just stuff all kinds of shit in there.
That's
Information, Airbnb, shuttles, whatever, dude. They just stuff everything in there, man. And so they actually fixed it. And like Mary was saying, they've already destroyed it again, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got video of it, man. They've already painted over it and
there's
just trashed it. And
certain companies, like if I'm at Woody Gap and at Unicoi, those are two popular spots. There's moving companies, there's real estate companies, they all leave their cards in these kiosks.
Dude.
And
why?
I don't get
it. You know what I mean, man? So it's really, and that's not what those kiosks are for, man. And also, I've said this to other people, man, and I'm like, leaving your cards on the kiosk, and I've gotten into arguments with not arguments, but people are mad at me because I say this, but I mean it, man, because I practice this. So this is what I truly believe in, that if you leave your cards out there, man, you're breaking leave no trace rules. And I've had people tell me that oh, you're just whatever, and it's like, nah, man, that's what Gut Hooks is for, or Far Out. That's what All Trails is for. That's what AWOL is for. That's what Alda is for. And if you do the proper advertising, that's what Google Business is for, and that's what Facebook and social media platforms are for you to advertise and get your name out there. And it takes work to make your business solid, so you continue to prosper and receive phone calls, man. You don't need to leave your cards up on the signs, man. That's actually, I feel, my true belief is they're breaking the leave no trace rules. I don't care who you are, man. That's breaking leave no trace rules in my head. That's how I see that. And so and I've been talked shit to because I say this, man, but I don't give a crap, man.
And,
you know what I mean, dude? I don't give a shit.
I've seen our business card tucked in there by hikers before, and I just go up and I remove
Yeah,
it
dude.
because Donald does not. We don't want our card left in any of these places because it is no trace.
That's
If
right.
It doesn't occur out
That's
there
right,
naturally. It doesn't belong there. And yes, there are kiosks and everything, trail markers, but that's been put there for the trail that is allowed to come through there. So anything besides that does not belong there.
That's right, man. And so we should all be following those rules, man. And people don't follow those rules, man, people start to break them because they see other people doing it. So just like with the cards on the signs, one business does it, you got 5 others doing it. Oh, I'm just gonna leave my card too. Then you got a kiosk full of these cards, man. And not only that, like I said, I gave a card to that hiker one day. He threw it down, man. You know what I mean, bro? Like Mary was saying, she's picked our cards up at kiosks because people leave them there thinking they're helping us. And it's like, nah, man. So back in the day, man, when we first started doing this, that was a big no-no among us all, dude, to not leave our cards on the kiosk. Like the people out here didn't do that. And so in the last probably 5 or 6 years, 5 years, with all these new people coming out here, they just disrespect it And so, anyways, that's that. And so next, man, let's move on to yesterday's runs, man. We had Michelle Firefly at 7 p.m. at MARTA, North Springs MARTA.
Yep.
And then we had the
Hickory Flats.
Hickory Flats guy. And so he was able to communicate with us with Garmin. And so he was actually at Three Forks. And we picked him up at Seasons and brought him to Springer. And then he hiked. Then that night he texted us with his Garmin InReach and asked if we could pick him up at Three Forks. And then yesterday he actually made it to Hickory Flats. And so we picked him up there instead. And I have some video of that I'm going to be posting. 58 was super.
58 was super nasty.
Was it?
It was very bad. And
bad in what ways? Was it muddy?
Lots
Brought
of
it
holes,
out? Yeah, okay.
lots of rocks. You know, the little tire popping rocks.
Did they grade it or?
I can't tell if they graded it. Maybe in some areas it looks like some grading, but there's a lot of those tire popping rocks jutting up, and usually when those are all jutting up, it's because the rains have all eroded, and I'd say it's probably in the worst condition it's ever been in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Oh, well, you know what, man? Because the USFS is actually...
Oh, that's true.
We're in a shutdown, and so that's probably why that road is tore up that way, man, because they're not out there working on it like they do. And so the military also works out there cleaning up and stuff, man. So they'll walk down the trails and shit, man, and clean stuff up and take care of the forest out there, along with the USFS and other people, of course, volunteers and stuff. But definitely, I guarantee that's probably what's going on, man, that's USFS land. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a beautiful drive up there, though. You know, that's always beautiful in there. And then going up to Hickory Flats.
How was Hickory Flats?
Well, I didn't go directly into, Hickory Flats Road was actually better than 58. But, you know, you still have to be careful. You have to navigate. You know, but he was right there at the trail crossing.
Yeah, I know,
Boy, was it pretty up in there yesterday. And the temperature was nice.
Leaves, too?
It wasn't the leaves. It was just the whole area was just beautiful. You know, there's sunshine and just a gorgeous day. So it was very pretty in there. But I got some video and and get that up there and
we'll post that. I'm working on one right now. I'm actually working on the Albert Mountain to the airport. And so, you know, guys, our videos, man, we're working on making them better and stuff, man. But we do not video the customers for a reason, man. And, you know, maybe in the future, not right now, but maybe in the next 6 months as we build the videos and make them better, we may do some just sort of like drive along with the customer. I'll talk to them before if I feel like that's the type of gig, you know, that's what they like, that stuff, man. Then I'll go ahead and maybe we'll do a few like interviews, or not interviews, but just drive with them a little bit and talk to them, and people can get a feel of what it's like in our cabin or Mary's office as she drives up from Atlanta or something, and see how we operate with our customers. We just don't think it's
I think people are searching for peace out here.
Yeah, man.
And I don't
Sticking
want
a
to
camera in their
infringe
face,
on what they're looking for, and neither does Donald. So it's something that you really have to fill out. What I think would be really awesome, and this is just maybe the beginnings of it, when they're finished with their hike, you know, there's a lot of people, I want pictures with you, I want pictures with you. So,
right.
you know, I think that would be a really good time to approach them with that.
It would be like, hey man, why don't we do an end of the hike talk? How did you like it? You know, tell people what you experienced, because a lot of the people that come here, this is their first time.
That's right.
So, you know, this is like, this is their first real experience, man, and people really want to know about that first experience. And if we can capture that while they're still in that moment, man, and those feelings are still, and the emotion, you know, the emotions are still there, we could capture some really good some good stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Possibly, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah,
Like I was saying,
in the works.
So a lot of our videos we cut it when we get to the customer and choke it out there, and then we reappear when we've dropped them and coming back up through. So we're working on making it better. Just give us some time, man.
That's right.
Anyways, so today we have absolutely no shuttles so far, man. I had a dude yesterday called me from Mountain Crossings that wanted to be picked up this morning, or well, he wanted a ride last night, man, and we couldn't assist him last night because Mary had that 7 p.m. and she wasn't going to get back till late. And I just didn't want to, we're not doing stuff like that. That's usually something Jordan does. And so I told him that we could do a 6 a.m. this morning. And so we were in the middle of scheduling it. And then I guess they just didn't want to, I don't know what was up. He wanted to pay cash and stuff. And I just told him, no, man, I'm not doing that. And, you know, it ended up, he was like, oh, well, after everything, I had him almost scheduled completely and was going to send that stuff over. And he's like, oh, well, I really wanted to get out of here tonight. I said, no problem, man, at all, dude. And I actually gave them numbers. So they called me earlier and I gave them a bunch of numbers, dude. They were at Mountain Crossings. Craig had called and got him on the phone with me. And so, I got him on the phone, man. I gave him other numbers to call, man. No one was answering. And so Craig called me back. It was after 5. And he's like, look, he's staying in the hostel tonight, man. Why don't you, if you can, set him up for tomorrow? And I told him what we could do. And then he just didn't want to do it. And that's why I don't schedule people like that right there. Because I think this is it's a 50-50 now. But most people that do stuff like that, man, that are like, they don't want to pay up front, there's a reason behind it. He was still going to call around and check around. And then when he found a ride that he was going to come, he would probably call us back and then cancel. And during that meantime, we could have other rides that called that could schedule for that. So we don't play that game with people. I can already kind of hear it and feel it out. When people don't want to pay up front, it's because they don't have a solid schedule, man. And so that just tells me that they're not ready to schedule. And when they're ready to schedule, they can go ahead and call us and schedule up and pay. Right. No big deal, man. I don't give a shit, but you're not getting on my schedule unless you pay, man. That's all there is to it, dude. You know what I mean, man? And so, I mean, after all these years, man, I just know all the games, man. You just know after a while. I mean, I've got millions of miles of scheduling. So I'm not even kidding. Millions of miles, man. So over 2 million miles worth of scheduling. So I would say like maybe 2.2 million now, maybe. I'd have to figure it out, but I know it's over 2 million. So anyways, I can hear it. I just know. And we're not playing that game. I'm not into it, man. If you don't want to schedule, cool, call someone else, dude. I don't give a shit, man. Right. Call me back later. But anyways, yeah, so I have a feeling that he may call us today, actually, this morning for a ride. So we'll see what happens. But otherwise than that, man, we don't have much going on today, and we hope it's a slow day, actually. So, but anyways, did you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. Thank
Sweet.
you.
All right, guys, we're going to end it here, man. Thank you so much for supporting the team. And if anyone needs anything at all, give us a jingle. One love. Peace. Thanks.